Reddit's glossary of lesser-known alt-right dog whistles. And the first one on the list is Latinx. The left is the one that came up with Latinx. What do they mean, far-right dog whistle? These people aren't real. The second one here is Soy Jacks, our lesser-known alt-right dog whistle.
Spicy cat raid.
The ellipses is a lesser-known alt-right dog whistle. If you use an ellipses, guess what? You're actually alt-right. Fucking Hitler. Frogs. Frogs are an alt-right dog whistle.
Yeah?
Latinos vehemently reject Latinx. At least the ones with brains do. Yeah, after the, like, huge rejection of Latinx, the left thought that they were smart and they were like, we're gonna make it Latine to make it more inclusive. And everyone was like, hold up, that's literally one letter off of latrine. What did they mean by this? And then raw eggs and milk, those are alt-right dog whistles. Christ is king? How dare you have religion, question mark? Other things on the list. Holy shit, this is fucking huge. What the hell? Emojis in display names and bios, like a tree, very common among right-wingers with environmentalist or agrarian tendencies. The lightning bolt resembles SS bolts. The Algiz rune, a common symbol among Nazi occultists. Chat, today I learned that all VTubers are far-right because we have Oshi marks. Oshi marks are actually how you can tell if someone was part of the Axis powers, okay? If you have an Oshi mark, you might as well just start making your own Schutzstaffel. Let's be real. Some weird fucking stick waving high is a symbol this person's seen among self-styled fascists. Not sure of its name or origin. It just looks like a modern cactus. I don't know. A hammer? Two hammers used by pro-worker right-wingers. Nazbols? What's a Nazbol? A Strasserist? What's a Strasserist? Conservative socialists and people of that sort. A shield? To be honest, they're unsure of its meaning in right-wing communities, but they've seen the shield emoji commonly used among them. And then some Greek letter, I don't know what Greek letter it is, a symbol for integralism. What the fuck? Acronyms. They have the Zionist occupied government and the globalist American empire. And the... I don't think that's what GNC means. Global N-word communism? I've never heard that. What the fuck? What the fuck? I thought GNC was like a health supplement store. Damn, Twitter's gonna be upset. I'm not very good at being the Nazi they think I am. Another alt-right dog whistle is adding random zeros in the middle of words, e.g. Hitler. I think this is one of the many trends started by Bronze Age pervert, aka BAP, a cult figure on the online right, whomstead of I will mention multiple times here. I think someone mentioned this person to me before, or like I read it somewhere and I was like, what the fuck is that? And you guys had to tell me it was some random Twitter account. Quick, Kirsche, get your mom to call her ex. We need his professional opinion on the accuracy of this document. I remember when I brought Tim to see the crazy thing that is my mother, and we were sitting in the living room, and on like her little like knick-knack cabinet in the living room, it's got like door cabinets on the bottom, and then it's like a three glass shelf inside like a wood thing that fits in the corner. And she had like an urn with her dog's ashes and a dog collar and some pictures of like my brother and I and a couple of like cute knickknacks and some masquerade masks that she really liked. And on the bottom shelf right above the cabinet was a book called N-word with the hard R jokes and a really offensive caricature. And I remember Tim picking it up and then poking me and then just like showing it to me, and I was like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me that something like that is here. Back when I was smaller, I could probably show you guys a picture of it, but in current year, I don't think that's safe to do. Your mom is just a gift that keeps on giving. I don't know if I would call her a gift, but I mean, thanks to her trauma, I have plenty of stories. Where did she even buy that? I asked that. I was like, where do you even buy something like this? And she said one of the bikers at the local clubhouse actually made it. So it's a very limited release. Another alt-right dog whistle is Actual Idealist. This is a school of philosophical thought developed by Giovanni Gentile. That doesn't sound like a real name. His name is literally GG. Come on, bro. The OG fascist. I've been informed that this is not synonymous with fascism, and it is possible to be an actual idealist without being a fascist. However, fascists often call themselves this. What the fuck are they talking about? What the fuck are they talking about?
We just don't know.
Attack, spelled ATTAQ. It's explicit attack on NW European heritage at Animus of the West. Are they just quoting some random fucking person on Twitter? What is this? Giovanni Gentile was a real person? Well, then Pokemon are real, are they not? He was the 8th gym leader. Bio-Leninism is short for biological Leninism, which is associated with the neo-reactionary community. Bio-Leninism, more like homo-colonialism. What? What am I reading? This is where the ADL slur list employees had to go. British Empire nostalgia is particularly among the British alt-right sphere. The world was a better place when Britain was running it. I would like to actually hear arguments against this. I'd be very interested in what the argument against it is. British Empire nostalgia, man. Come on. Christ is king, not always a part of the alt-right specifically, but almost always signifies a right-wing persuasion. But what about all of those TikTok priests that are draped in the rainbow flag? The what? Biological Leninism was a Soviet thought that plants and animals could be bred to be more communistic, and it led to mass famines and the deaths of millions. Yeah, but that's fascism's fault somehow? Dark MAGA is a meme format typically used by people who are more radically right-wing than Donald Trump. Wasn't Dark MAGA something like the left made up, but it sounded so fucking dumb that people who liked Trump started using it as a meme and it was actually funny? Isn't that what that was?
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm Dark MAGA.
That was Ultra Okay, I haven't heard of Ultra MAGA, but I've heard of Dark MAGA. Dark Brandon. How are these dog whistles? You've heard of 2 of these. Because these people are fucking crazy. Dissident or samizdat. People in the alt-right will often refer to themselves in this fashion. In fact, within the community, the term dissident right is much more popular than alt-right, with the term samizdat originating in the Eastern Bloc, and it referred to a specific form of dissident activity, secretly publishing and distributing literature that was banned for political reasons, which was very much varied in terms of political content. But in its current usage, it has been appropriated and overtaken specifically by the alt-right. I feel like if somebody who lived through communism in the Eastern Bloc and used the word samizdat was like face-to-face with one of these people, they would call them many slurs. If somebody said Faustian spirit to me, I'd be like, oh, are you a brony? I kind of liked My Little Pony too. He said, I don't know, man. There are people like that. People who have this thing called a Faustian spirit who just drop everything to partake in conflicts because it calls to them somehow. Isn't that what Antifa does? What am I reading? Fume? Fume references to the Free State of Fiume that lasted between 1920 to 1924. Who the fuck knows that that exists? If somebody asked me, hey, Kirsche, did you hear about the Free State of Fiume? And I was like, no, I haven't played Final Fantasy 14 in years. What starting race is in that town? Never even heard of it. Yeah, I've never even heard of it. Like, half the people don't even know what Rhodesia is, and you want to talk about fucking Fiume? Who are you? Friends. Oh, no. I say friends all the time because it's like the happy people and the feels guy and they're making pancakes in the kitchen. Friends, spelled F-R-E-N-S. Sometimes, much of the time, it's just an innocent, quirky spelling of friends, but if combined with Pepe memes, frog posting, it's very likely an alt-right dog whistle. Help me find my friends, quoted by literally the entirety of right-wing Twitter. I asked my mods about this at one point because I wanted to post, like, I've been spelling friends as F-R-E-N-S for a million years now just because it's cute. It's like the tiny bit of retardation that makes women cute. But someone somewhat, like, I wanted to post it in response to something. One of my mods was like, actually, there are some people that think friends is an anagram for, like, a far right something or other. I can't even remember what, like, the acronym was, but I was like, what the fuck? Why did they see dog whistles in literally everything? This is fucking crazy. Just a corrupted spelling of friends. Yeah, like, I don't, friends is now in the olive. It's not in the olive. It's a far-right ethno-national. Like, that's so fucking dumb. Who would read friends and get that out of it? Oh my god. Because only dogs can hear dog whistles. It's so fucking stupid. What is the olive? The oppression olive, my friend. Frogs. Again, in-group signaling used by members of the frog Twitter community towards one another. You know what? If I had to choose between, like, frog Twitter and eating disorder and self-harm Twitter, I'd probably go with the frogs, you know? I don't know. Greco-Roman sculptures. Sometimes, though, people who use this kind of imagery could also just be vaporwave fans. What the fuck is wrong with Greco-Roman sculptures? References to Hyperborea. According to esoteric Nazis, this is where the true, with a V, Aryans descend from, or something like that. What the fuck am I reading? What the fuck? There's another page, by the way. We're not done. There's another fucking page of this. I just want the trains to run on time is a Mussolini reference and one of the better known fascist dog whistles on this list. Julius Evola quotes, like, revolt against the modern world, ride the tiger, pagan imperialist, to name a few examples. If somebody said ride the tiger to me, I would assume they were talking about Charlie Sheen. What? Latinx, he says, no, I'm so serious. People on the alt-right are appropriating Latinx and using it as a derogatory term towards people of Latino/A/@ symbol ethnicity. At symbol? What did they mean by this? And also, Latinx is not a derogatory term towards actual Latin people. Latin people use Latinx as a derogatory term towards you freaks that made it up. Like, what do you mean? Only at Latino twinks. Millions must die / millions must perish / millions much. I make this joke all the time. What the actual fuck? This is a meme in right-wing spaces as I understand it. It just sounds funny. Do you... What? Why are you like this? No more brother wars, usually a white supremacist dog whistle, white people being referred to as brothers in this case. The same thing would apply to, like, fucking South America. What are you talking about? This is why the left can't meme. They literally cannot understand the concept of a joke for the sake of being funny. Everything must be a dog whistle. Nothing can just be for fun. Which is why they use the JD Vance meme like anyone actually is offended by it. Like, they put his, like, fat AI face on beach balls, and they make videos of him, like, training to make him look like a loser, but everyone's just like, yeah, that's my future president! Everyone loves those memes! They don't get it! They cannot comprehend! Norwood? I thought Norwood was, like, a Lovecraft thing. How is this, far-right dog whistle? I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to refer to. My best guess is that it's a reference to the Norwood scale, but I'm honestly not completely sure. Anyway, right-wingers use it all the time for some reason. My Norwood in Hitler? A few people so far? What the fuck? What the fuck? Look up the name. I know the name of Lovecraft's cat. I know that. Our guy. It's in-group signaling, which originated on Poll, also commonly stylized as /our guy / one of our guys, a tiny account, got docs. Oh god, these people are insane. A fixation on physiognomy, I can never pronounce that word right, ascribing personality traits to certain traits in appearance or otherwise treating it like a science. It's like 75% a joke. However many numbers left percent, like, just pattern recognition, man. It's just funny to say that shit. Pattern recognition undefeated. Post-physique, spelled F-I-Z-E-E-K, attributed to fans of Bronze Age pervert and intentional misspelling of post-physique. I would have, if I saw this in the wild, I would just assume that they're a fucking Zoomer, man. That's just what Zoomers type like. What do they mean? Paused, This originally was short for HIV positive, but in right-wing speak, it refers genuinely to the influence of diversity, wokeness, political correctness. The Kali Yuga is too far along. It's not possible to be normal anymore. The culture is too paused, especially for Gen Z. What is a Kali Yuga? That sounds like an Indian god with like 9 arms. What is a Kali Yuga? Hashtag pro-slavery Twitter. There's not even an explanation. I've never seen anyone hashtag pro-slavery. What the fuck? And I feel like anyone saying hashtag pro-slavery doesn't actually mean it. Because the people to the far right say slavery was very bad. They never should have been brought here. That's not pro-slavery. That's the far right position. So I don't know where they're getting this one from. It's probably ironic. Again, they probably just don't understand a joke, I guess. It's a hashtag to make fun of Democrats that want to keep illegals in the US to pick fruit. So again, them just not understanding either irony or a joke. Crazy. Making raw eggs / raw milk a central tenet of one's persona. More often than not, these types of people are far right or adjacent to the far right. I've never seen anyone make those like a central thing to their, like there's that raw egg nationalist guy, but he doesn't talk about raw eggs all the time. It's just his name and it's funny. Eggs are racist now. Not me having to go draw a swastika on every single one of my eggs. Sorry, I didn't know that there was a patch update. You like how 4chan made milk a white power thing? Because milk is white. I remember that, unfortunately. References to Ray Pete, a biologist, dietitian, and cult figure on the online far right. Edit, despite not having right-wing politics himself, I do not know who Ray Pete is. I've never heard of Ray Pete. Like, you couldn't even, like, mention John Derbyshire or something? Like, who is Ray Pete? Opposition activist. Proud member of the National Globalist Democratic Equity Party, member number 542. Again, they're just quoting some random fucking Twitter guy. What is this? Soy Jacks. The Soy Jack meme in and of itself isn't an alt-right dog whistle, but I've only ever seen the Soy Jack meme used by people on the far right. Its most common iteration is known as, I think that's T-word Jack that I can't say on Twitch, which is, well, quite blatantly transphobic. I was right. Also, huge trigger warning for a suicide depiction in case you're thinking about looking this up. Napoleon destroying the Holy Roman Empire at Austerlitz was one of the most providential moments in history, quoted by someone named Mog the Chungus. Chat, what the fuck am I reading? What the fuck am I even? What is this? Where do they find these things? Credible sources. Grilled cheese enjoyer thing. Milk is racist, but what about grilled cheese? Well, milk is used to make cheese, and that makes cheese ultra racist. And you also put butter on your bread when you make grilled cheese, which is like sprinkling extra Hitler particles on your racism sandwich. And if you have like special kinds of bread, you might also have a bit of sprinkled in discrimination, misogyny on your grilled cheese racism sandwich. So congratulations, you're basically ultra mega giga Hitler. I think we all know those acronyms, those acronyms, the acronyms I can't say because they're all slurs. Vital Living and Vitalist refers to a specific subset of the right-wing online space, particularly right-wing bodybuilders, often abbreviated as RWBB. I've never heard of Vital Living or Vitalist, but if I saw RWBB in the wild, I'd be like, huh. Some sort of BBW acronym I've never seen before. Let's look it up on Craigslist. You know, like, what the fuck? Rip Vite Ramen. What means? It's also attributed to fans of Bronze Age pervert. This just sounds like someone who hates whoever that guy is. What is this? I keep attracting Catholic girls despite being a fervent Protestant. What means? Are you kidding me? We're attributing like normal slang language to dog whistles now? Western kind, I presume another way of referring to however the alt-right defines white people. Friend of Western kind, globalism is satanic. I've literally never heard of that statement either. Ellipses, I'm serious, just an ellipses in quotation marks. Right-wingers use this as a generic photo caption on Twitter a lot. Bro, what the is like the ellipses the RGKG or whatever of like artists? What the fuck? There's no way ellipses is a dog whistle. Apparently. What happens if you combine like the ellipses with the parentheses? Do you like ascend to a new level of racism? Do you level up and someone just pops out of somewhere and is like, "Go home, gamer girl"? Like, what are we doing here? Surprised the English language isn't on this list. We're just making up new slurs now. I can't believe these people are real. How are these people actual things?